Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Mortal Kombat. It's a movie starring, well, it kind of stars all of them. I would say the person that has the most amount of, character building, and the only one that I kind of recognize is, the dude that kept on kicking Tom Cruise's butt in The Last Samurai is in this one. So, yeah, everybody else, I don't really know them from anything else. So, as always, I'm going to give the good, the bad, and the furry. So, to start off with the furry, there is a scaly, there's a reptile that makes an appearance, and a rather memorable one, short though it may be. So, yeah, but other than that, not really any furry, so to speak. So this movie it's set in, I think, basically Earth, modern times, but with the storyline is that there's these tournaments that go on, and Earth is one away from losing enough tournaments to where the bad guys can take over Earth forever. So, it's... To let you know, I have never played the Mortal Kombat video games. I've seen a couple of, reviews and a couple of, videos of them being played, but I've never also, that I can remember, seen the movie that came out however long before this one. So, that's kind of my perspective going in. With fighting video games, there's really hardly any story. There's enough of the story to bring a reason for why two characters come in to fight in a fighting video game. And I feel like they kind of had that amount of storyline for this movie. They had just enough where they're like, yeah, and now these guys have to fight because of that. So, I will say that they clearly were going for an R rating from the beginning. There are some movies where, it looked like they were going for PG-13 and then changed their mind, so they had CGI and a whole bunch of extra blood, and it's very obvious. In this one, they were clearly going for the R rating to begin with, and it shows. And I think if you are a fan of the Mortal Kombat video games, you know how they have, the finishing move and the super bloody and gory thing, and they have that here with how some of the characters die. And so I think that if you're looking for that, you're going to be pleased with what you see here. But I can't really say anything bad necessarily about the acting. It's just that there wasn't a whole lot of character-ness to appreciate. So they worked with what they had, try and put a storyline around random characters needing to fight each other. So, yeah. I will say that it did seem like, so with Star Wars, the Solo movie, the Solo story, it seemed like they were trying to cram in all the lines that they remembered from the Star Wars movie and trying to, get them all there for Han Solo's character. Well, in this one, it seemed like they were trying to shoehorn in a bit too many of the video game references. There's this one part where one of the characters kicks another character's butt, and this character wins, and so the character goes, "Flawless victory." Okay, cool, but why would you say that about yourself? You're not in a tournament right now. Why are you just I'm so used to the announcer announcing flawless victory that I'm going to say it myself? And a couple of other lines that I vaguely remember from seeing the video games over the years, it just seemed like they tried to shoehorn some of those in a bit too much. So the dialogue, But I still had a good time with this movie, and I think that if you're going in there for the violence of the deaths and the fight scenes, the fight scenes are very well done. There's not enough pauses, I think. It just kind of seems like they lead one into another, and seems like maybe they're doing a look-ahead sequence, but no, that was actually the fights that they were doing, and so this movie seemed almost too short, despite it not having a lot of storyline, which I know is kind of weird, but I enjoyed it. I think that if you go in there understanding that you're going to get a veneer of the story, for excuses for characters to fight, and they're going to be bloody, and I think that if you go in there expecting that, you're going to have a good time. If you're not a super fan of what Mortal Kombat has to offer, then you should probably skip. So, that's what I have to say about this movie. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye!